Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique and welcome to Medora Budgets. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. If you're rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. And at the end of the video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future family and finances so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is, what is today? Tuesday the 2nd. You will see this video on the 3rd, Wednesday, because I'm trying to get my shiznit together. All right, so I am pulling out my traveler's notebook insert for budget, and we'll be working on this. Today we are here to do a monthly December kind of reset or December monthly budget. So let's get it. Let's go. I am going to go back into the traveler's notebook for right now. Taj at Beautiful Budgets, if you're not checking out her station, please feel free to do so. She said that those pages I was using inside the CP Petite, she was like, who's going to read that? That little writing, that little writing. And so I am going to go ahead and move back in here. And the other reason is because I really am going to concentrate on just doing a monthly budget, y'all. Things have just changed and opened up for me, and they're just a little bit different now that I am pretty much 1 month ahead. It's different, y'all. It's a good kind of different. And so recently I was able to move to a one month ahead process where all of the money that I gather in 1 month is going to be used to take care of the bills for the next month. I took all of November to save up money, and then now we're dispersing that money out in December. And now I'm going to work on putting together all of this money for December, and it's going to be used to pay out on January. I don't know how it happened. I mean, I kind of know how it happened, but I did it through YNAB. And one of the things that I did recognize in YNAB is leaving little $1 or $2 in an envelope that you have for a particular category or bill tends to help. Having a set amount that you try to give to those and make sure you're giving a little bit more. So if the bill is $58, I would allocate $60, and just so that it can save up. And what I am also figuring out is that I am a bi-weekly paycheck receiver. And in the course of that, you get 26 paychecks in a month. Most people get paid twice a month as far as that's concerned. But with a bi-weekly instead of twice a month, I get 2 extra checks. And I just pretty much took that money and continued to put it towards bills. And that really did it more so than anything else, I believe. So that is how I kind of move through this process. And if you're wondering how I did that, start looking at some videos that I had back in April, May, when I first started with YNAB, and you can kind of see the progress going forward. But with that said, I'm going to try this month. It was funny because Tara with Journey to Wisdom and Wealth. Sorry, I always have to do that. It's a tongue twister for me. But she was talking about the fact that the monthly budget is not really her jam, but the biweekly paycheck is typically the way that she goes, and that's probably the thing that means the most for her. And for me, that's how it was as well. But I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to try and do a December budget. I'm going to allocate the money in YNAB. So you will see those YNAB videos. Once a week, I'm going to look through and reconcile how much money I've been spending in the categories within YNAB, just to be sure that I am staying on track. So I am still tracking all of my expenses every week. And then we're going to see where we end up at the end of the month if things work a little bit better. I'm hoping they will, especially when I get ready to do a paycheck budget closeout. All right, so I did set in, I'm going to come in just a tad bit more. I did go ahead and set up December. And for December, we'll go ahead and mark off. I'll use this pen. It is a fountain ink pen. It's a Lamy, and it is loaded with blue ink. And so we've already had, today is the 2nd. We've already seen the Mortgage Clear, Electric, Fubo, Spotify, and AHS. For some reason, Tidal still has not cleared yet. I don't know what's going on with that. But we do have all of the bills documented here. And then I started to set up my monthly budget. And that's what you see over here. So this is what we will talk about now. All right, so this monthly budget will be for the entire month of December. Because I'm kind of 1 month ahead, I'm going to try and do this starting at the 1st of December and then going through the 31st of December. I don't know if it'll work or not, but that's what we're going to try and do. So on December 1st, I had $3,193.56 in my bills account. I had $582.41 in my variable account. I anticipate adding another $3,000 into bills because that's about how much my bills are, about $3,000. I'm going to get paid in that month from the first, between the 1st and the 31st. I get paid twice. I'll get paid on the 12th, and then I get paid again on like the 26th or something like that. So I anticipate, and from each of my checks, I get $1,500 for bills. So that will be a total of $3,000. And for my variable account, my cap one 360, I anticipate $750 every paycheck. So that'll be a total of $1,500. And then other here for right now is just going to be the $100 I anticipate getting from Micah. I don't know if I'll get anything from Sweets because, we are saving for some things he has going on at the beginning of 2026. And I don't count Corinne's money until she gives it to me. Corinne's money is used specifically for her car so whatever she gives me when she gets paid, I put it directly into her car auto account within the bills, my bills account, or within YNAB. And so, but I don't count on it ahead of time. It's up to her what she gives me and if she gives me anything. All right, so these are my totals that I am anticipating, and I will add those up all together. You'll already see that I have some spends. So remember, we just marked off mortgage cleared, electric cleared. Oh, I had another one, life insurance. I need to write that one in. I finally did what I was supposed to do and finished the registration for life insurance, and that cleared. So they only charged me $1 in December just to start the account, and then the full amount of $28.50 will come out in January, on January the 1st, for the regular payment, and then that's how much it'll be going forward. But they did take out that $1 for that: mortgage, electric, life insurance, Fubo, Spotify, and AHS. So I got AHS, which is this 5116. For Fubo, I'm going to write that in here. So what this is, it's a paper that I'm going to keep, or just a little sheet that I'm going to keep. Anything that I'm going to make multiple payments on, there's not really enough space to categorize that. It is a category that will see multiple transactions or multiple items under spend. I'm going to document them here first, and then I'll tally them up. And at the end of the month, I'll just put down the one amount instead of trying to do all of the smaller ones. So for monthly subscriptions, Spotify came out at $16.99, and Fubo came out. And it's crazy because Fubo is a lot cheaper than it typically is supposed to be. So normally it was around $111.97. This time, because I was able to make some changes to the, what did I change? I changed the tier that I was a part of, and because they have not been able to negotiate successfully with NBC, so we don't have NBC on there right now, Fubo only charged me $67.40. So let's write that $67.40 is for that other one. Okay, got electric, and I think I got everything else. All right, so I've got that one written down. Next, as far as this is concerned, Ring came out because November only had 30 days. The November payment ended up coming out December 1st, but I know that the December payment will probably come out before January. So I'm just writing Ring down here. It might be two amounts that we have there. And then I just documented yearly subscriptions. So if there are any yearly subscriptions that we have coming out for the month, I'm just going to document them here. None right now, but we'll see. And then phones, there's 3 phones that I have, but and all 3 of those should come out in December. But this one, came out from November. So there was one phone line that should have gotten a November 28th charge. That charge did not hit until December the 1st. So it's going to fall into December. So I've got that one phone charge, and then I'll have 3 more to add to that as well. And then books is Audible. So I made my monthly payment of $1 because I'm on a promotional um, right now. But I also bought another book, and I'm thinking about buying another one as well. And so that's why I have those listed, since there'll be multiple transactions for that. And then Nelnet, I pay them every time I get paid. So I'm going to get paid twice in December, and they'll see those $60 charges there as well. So again, if I'm doing a multiple, if I know that that particular category is going to see multiple transactions, I'm going to keep track of them on a sticky, and then I'm just going to put the total in there. Okay, so we'll sit that over to the side. I went ahead and marked those off because those are spends that have already happened for December before I was putting together this budget and creating this video. So that's the reason for that. So what do I plan on budgeting for December? I plan on giving the mortgage category $860 in preparation for paying that in January. I'm gonna do 175 for electric. I have some left over. I had 200 in there, and it was only 153. So I'm only going to say 175 for this month. Life insurance should be 30, but I already have $29 saved up. I'm just going to give it. So since I already have $29 saved up, that means January is already saved. I'm going to skip life insurance. Title needs to get 20, because I have a little bit of left over in that after they, whenever they hit it for January. AHS is going to need its full 50. I'm going to say 52. Property insurance will need 200. AT&T needs 98. Garbage needs 20 because I save up $10 every paycheck, and then I pay the bill quarterly for $60. Water needs 40. Phones need 85. Gas and heat needs 120. That's how much that bill costs. Ring is 10. Books, we're going to say 15 because we got a lot of money in there right now. Lawn care, $20 for that. I already have 65 or 85 in there. So we got one lawn payment already saved up for spring. And I'm going to try and do another one. So I want to have at least 2 lawn cares already saved up before it's time for her to get started again. Monthly subscriptions usually gets set 70. I'm only going to give it 50 this time. And yearly subscriptions, I'm going to give it a little bit more because I think I'm going to save up for the reason why I only gave this one 50 is because we didn't use as much as we expected to for Fubo. But for the yearly, so I think I'm going to sign up, you guys, for Planet Fitness again and have the gym membership, just because I need, it's starting to get colder. If it's higher than 40 degrees, I'm able to handle it and I can still walk and do my 2 miles. But if not, I need someplace else to go so that I'm still motivated to keep that moving. Also, my company does this thing called Hinge Health, where we're able to do some stretching exercises where we have different issues. I had a partial disc removal in my back, and so I'm starting to have some little twinges. So I think I'm going to go through this Hinge Health program, and they take you through all these stretching exercises, etc. And so having a place to go, get on a mat, and do that a couple of times a week would probably be helpful as well. So I say all of that to say I'm going to try and give yearly subscriptions 50 as well, because whenever you sign up for Planet Fitness, I'm going to sign up for the big pass, the black card pass, so that I can use it when I go home to South Carolina as well. But usually a month or 2 after that, they charge you for that yearly fee. And so I want to go ahead and start preparing for that as well. All right, Nelnet is going to get 120. That's $60 every paycheck. Auto needs to get its $520 total for the month. Green Sky needs to have, I'm going to say 100. I think I'm going to start paying them 100 instead of 89.75 to see if I can tackle a little bit of that interest getting charged. And Rooms to Go is on a 0% interest, so I'll just say 100 for that one. And then for other forgiving, I'm going to say 50 giving, 50 personal. We're going to skip Corinne Auto. and then my car stuff. So one of the things I want to do is try and save up $1,000 or contribute $1,000 to my car stuff fund. Let me see where we are at. So I've got $3,000 that I'm playing with. Everything on this side of the page should add up to $3,000 or less, because that's where that money gets sent. So let's see what we got. So I'm at $2,755. So I got a little bit of wiggle room in there. So I might bump up these amounts a little bit. I'm gonna come back up here and I'm gonna give life insurance at least a little something. So let's tack on 20. Here's the beginning of that. $20 there. All right, we're at $27.75. I'm gonna give 100 for the month on this one. Plus 100 equals $28.75. We're gonna give 100 to giving and 100 to personal. Okay, so then I'm gonna add another 100. I got the other 250, so plus 100, $29.75, and I'll leave that extra $25 just hanging out there. We'll see what we can do with that later on. All right, so that is going to be a total of $29.75. Let's add that together again just to be sure. Yeah, $29.75. All right, so we're good on that. Numbers are coming in good. Okay, so I want to give myself how much money? So first of all, I'm going to come down here to savings. Each of these gets $100 every paycheck. So I'm going to budget $200 for WTH, $200 for Family Biz, $200 for Boss Babe. So that's $1,600. $1,500 minus $600. So that leaves me with $900 that I'm working with up here. That's going to mean $450 for each week. Actually, I have one challenge that's going on, and I want to try and give it $100. All right, that's $800. $150 times 4, $600 for food. Out of that 800, that's a lot. That leaves me with $200. I need 100 for that for home. I need 100 for gas. I need 80 for spend. And I feel like I need like 80 for OTC. So what are we gonna do? It's $960. I'm going to use that 100 that I get from Micah to use towards my challenges. That's what I'm going to do. That left me with $900. So I am over by 60. I have a feeling. Let's go ahead and see these numbers and see what they add up to be. All right, let's see. That is 600 plus 100, 100, 80, 80, is 960 plus 600 for that equals 1560. And I only have 1500 that I'm really working with. And then this 100 washes itself out. So I can take that 25 from over here that was left over and use that towards that. If I'm giving myself 100 personal here, I really don't have to give myself that much spend here either. So I'm gonna give myself 50 here. And I'm gonna take that extra 25 that I have from over here. Does that get me what I need? I really do think I need 20, 40, 60. I feel like it's $20 a week, but I did just put a lot in there. I got the melatonin. I got the daily vitamins. I got the B12 already. I don't like the way that looks. All right, so I'm going to say, let's do it this way. I'm going to say 60 here, and I'm going to say 50 here. And let's see where we are. So that is 600, 100, 100, 60, 50, 600 for all of the savings equals 1510. And I'm going to use that other 25 that I got kind of hanging out over here to help cover those costs. And that 100 will be directly from Micah's amount there. So I feel like I should be okay. So let's write out my totals. Totals for inflow is 3,000 plus 1,500, 100, and at 31,9,356 plus 582, 41 equals. All right. So the total amount that I'm working with in December is $8,375.97. Outflow. I don't know if y'all can hear my baby screaming, but he is having himself a ball. Minus 2,975 for the bills. That will be minus $910 for variables, 600 for savings, 100 for challenges. And I did add Micah's $100, didn't I? Yes. All right, so that minus 2,975 minus 910 minus 600 minus 100 should still leave me with $3,790.97. And what I try to do is just to budget the money that's coming in and trying not to use the rollover as much as possible. So as long as these two end up to $37.97 or close to it, I'm good. So we're going to say minus 3,193.56 minus 582.41 equals $15 left. Bam. All right, we're good. That's how those numbers work in my brain. So I will go in and write all of the final numbers down here, but we are under budget. We still will have our buffer still sitting in the account if these things work out the way that they're supposed to. And I think that is it. The only thing I have to watch is my variable spending. Now, if Sweets gives me some more money, then I'll be better. Or if Micah gives me more money, or we have some additional funds come in, then that'll work out. I will take a look at what I'm budgeted here. And if there is a way for me to get around putting all of this money in there to give me a little bit more money to use for variable and savings, I will. For example, the electric bill, it came down. It's down to 153. And like I said, I put 200 in there. I could probably get away with just putting 100 in there instead of the full 175. Life insurance doesn't necessarily need that 20 because I still have enough left over in there. Title doesn't necessarily need the 20. I have extra that's in there. Books don't need the 15. I have extra that's in there. There's some places that I think I can play around with this if I need to, but outside of that, this is the budget and this is what it looks like. I think we are done. Okay. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.